Hello, and welcome to my STEM Capstone portfolio. This video series will act as a sum-up of the problem-solving process showcased through my work in Capstone. In this video, we will be covering the Investigate step, where I share my findings based on my problem statement. To reiterate, my problem statement currently reads as follows. STEM needs better ways of communication between the school, community, and families because I think access to clear communication is important. The Investigate step is built from 3 different analyses on the problem: an ecosystem map, a user journey map, and a root cause analysis. These 3 aspects are used to gain a deep understanding of every facet that makes up the problem at hand, as well as to reassure that the problem is indeed prevalent. The first of these we're going to cover is the ecosystem map. This visual is used to break down how our users interact with the current system. For mine, I decided to showcase our ways of communication between learners and coaches. I separated the methods into these 4 categories that represent how well they're utilized between learners and coaches. Emails are great for sending information to everyone, but by interviewing various learners, I discovered that only about half of our students here check their email on a daily basis. Coaches, on the other hand, use this as their primary means of communication between their staff and students. Google Classroom is our favorite platform as learners because we have access to all of our class-specific information in one place. Coaches love it as well because they feel safe in the fact that every learner can access the information they post on there anywhere, anytime. Text messaging is a rather underutilized method, but with very high potential with the rise of cell phones and teens in the past few years. The next section is the talk at you type of methods that the coaches use. These are basically our alternatives to morning announcements and the homeroom period. These methods don't reach every student though, like they're intended to. The last 2 methods here on the right are just the flops. There are so few students that actually follow our Twitter and Facebook pages, not to mention that hardly any useful student information is shared there. And Eagle Blasts are a series of weekly mass emails that hardly any student can even admit to being aware of. Really, I should have just called this one the don't even bother tier. The user journey map is a bit more self-explanatory in its presentation. This is a culmination of all the feelings that the user has regarding the problem. At this point, I decided to focus my user pool specifically to STEM seniors, as I found that upperclassmen tend to struggle the most with finding information due to the higher complexity of their schedules. I took advantage of this visual as a way to share the frustrations that I, as well as most seniors and especially CCP students, have toward communication at STEM. I include things like question-based statements that always come out of our mouths, some of our general feelings, a few of our reactions to our ignorance, and the basic things we're always told to help fix the problem. The root cause analysis is the directional piece that leads the problem into the next step. It is used, as the name implies, to get to the bottom or the root of the problem in order to put further attention toward a more simple and direct problem that ultimately contributes to the original problem statement. I took this graphic in yet another direction, where I focus on how learners and/or their parents receive information from the STEM staff. I decided to do this because I figured out that my mother seems to have a lot of the same issues that I do with communication here. The only effective way that parents have to contact everyone is via email, which is shoddy at best with them. Through formulating this image, I narrowed my problem down to 2 possible routes. One where I focus on improving communication via email, and one where I focus on CCP students. Either of these 2 paths would be great because improving email communication can spark improvement for a huge percentage of people, and improving CCP students' means of communication has the potential to make quite a large change, albeit to a smaller user pool. The Investigate step is a crucial part in solving a problem, as it calls for the research and information needed to develop a solution that will actually make a difference when put into action. Thank you very much for watching. Expect to see my next installment after the completion of Step 3.